What's up guys? Good afternoon, morning, evening, or wherever you are. If you've kept up to date on our socials, you will see that I have pretty much broken every damn car I own. We didn't have the best of luck in Tassie. Unfortunately, all those tests with our leak down and comp test meant nothing because we broke a valve guide in the cylinder head, and that basically started all our dramas that weekend. And I didn't end up filming the Friday night drift event that I did in the KE earlier, but I sent the hell out of that thing and Rod knocked it. And...
Do you want me to turn it off and push it?
Yeah, let's push it. We were sharing the car with Danny that night, and I actually ended up entering their King of the Eight, which was like a cash buy-in event, and we won it right before we blew it up. So she's all hurt. She's making some not very good noises right now. So we're barely recovered from Tasmania, but we're gonna get into rebuilding two of our vehicles. I'm dumb enough to decide that I haven't had enough punishment, and we entered this thing in next Friday's Friday night drift event at Reet. That gives me basically till this weekend to get it done. Because with the fact it's dark by the time I come home, the lights don't work very good here, and I have no space. It means weekends are pretty much the only time I can touch it here. So it's Sunday night, we're gonna pull this thing out, we're gonna rebuild it throughout the week and put it back in on the weekend. That's the game plan. But at the same time, I'm gonna pull down the motor in the S13, find out what exactly is going in it now, because we've got no comp in cylinder 2. We ended up having a wiring fault with our injector for cylinder 2, and I'm pretty sure it's been lean and detonating. So who knows what damage went on in there, but we're actually gonna reuse some of the parts for that motor in this bad boy. So we're gonna steal the valve springs, the head studs, and the head gasket out of that, along with a brand new second-hand crank from Rob at RM. They actually posted one for sale the day that I broke the car, so that worked out beautifully. So it's not going to be a crazy rebuild by any means. It's been a stock motor. It was sold to me for 500 bucks, unknown at the time, and it's copped a hell of a beating, and it survived a long time. So it doesn't need to be anything crazy. We're only running a T28 on, I think, 15 pound of boost. That's all we need. It's a little bit of a freshen up. That'll get us ready to build the S13 motor properly. I want to do a few more things to that motor this time. I want to slightly port the head. I want to put oversized valves in it. I'm going to get new valve springs, new head gasket, new timing kit. I'll use the timing kit I used on that motor on this thing as well, because it hasn't done very much use. Better address the elephant in the room too, because I was hiding this for a while from you guys, but there is an S15 here. But if I'm going to be working here, you're going to see that in the background a lot today. I have some plans for that car, but they're not happening anytime soon. But if you want to see what's going on with that later on, make sure you stay tuned. And I've got our Mazda. This thing is pretty much ready for its roadweather to get back on the road, but I haven't had the time to pull the manifold off it to get it welded up yet. Elijah at Lazaro Motorsports was going to weld that up for us, but I keep breaking my drift cars, guys, and I'm just spending too much damn time on them. I'm sure you can relate. Anyway, let's get into it. So if you can't tell, all that repair work, well worth it. Mid. Eventually it should just straighten itself, yeah? And then once it's straight, the car will come up. So this thing's running a Nistune ECU, and it was rewired by my cousin about 10 years ago. I can't actually remember what there is involved in this, but I'm really hoping we made it simple.
Yeah.
Victory! Motor is out. So we have one motor out of our cars, so the KE's all pulled apart. She'll get pushed back into a hole now and hide for the next week while we take that to work to build. We're gonna get this all fixed up. Obviously we spun a big end bearing. Danny sent the absolute hell out of this thing even while it was rod knocking, so how we don't have windows in our block, I have no idea, but we're very lucky we don't. We've also got to pull the S13 motor out. I spent a little time on it yesterday and it is pretty much ready to pull, so I'll pull that either Monday or Tuesday, and we're going to reuse, like I said, some of the bits out of that motor, so that's going to come apart as well. Plus we need to work out what is involved in that motor anyway, because we're not 100% sure what's damaged yet. Could be a lot of work, could be a little bit of work, we'll find out. Using the equips as our safety stands. hopefully don't have to use them. Oh, look at that. I like it. Oh, yeah, might as well get it the other way just in case. Beautiful. Ain't going nowhere. That's not going anywhere. I was expecting worse. That's pretty ridiculous. I'll tell you what, I think I pulled this clutch off. It's got to be at least minimum 6 years ago, if not more. And it looked that bad then. Minimum 15 years. Like, it was at least 5 years before I got it, and it's definitely over 10 years with me.
That's crazy.
That's impressive.
Alright, slap it back in.
Yeah, still good. So the secret to fixing SR is you just pull these off and then you can't hear when your timing chain's stretched. It looks pretty manky.
It does. Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially for an engine that's been running on E85 for like some time. That normally cleans these up pretty good. That's still manky. Flat out sold as suit rebuild is completely screwed. Good 4 or 5 years of drifting after that, so.
No, just putting around town.
I mean, yeah, only driven to church on Sundays with grandma in the back seat. Yeah, now film this bit.
It comes up.
Just like that. That's right, it was just telling me that it was ready for a rebuild.
Oh, that green's ready.
Oh, it's bullshit. Ready.
Oh,
I missed it.
Hold on.
Yeah. Black.
Man. Whoa, looks a bit metallic-y.
Probably because there's some bearing in it, eh? Oh, there's bits in it.
Shiny.
That's nasty. I can't wait to see how bad the bearings are in it. Knock, knock. It also probably looks like I've never changed my oil, but I did. I reckon this motor was just that nasty, no matter how many oil changes it has, it was not cleaning itself up. Let's dig further.
Sounds so good. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Wow.
On today's episode of Marcus's SR Adventures, we're having some troubles with this ridiculous timing cover bolts that are destroyed now because they're all too damn tight and probably been in there for 300,000 Ks and never come out. We managed to get 1 out of 3 cracked, cannot get the other ones cracked to the point of like snapping Allen key things, and we've got proper bits, but even hitting in like bigger ones and they're press fit, still won't undo it. So now we're resorting to cutting a slot in the bolts, hopefully not marking any of the block. And then we've got this magical tool. This magical tool will hopefully save us. If you haven't seen these before, these are sick. These are basically, you hit them with a hammer and they put twisting force on it whilst you smack it inwards. And they pretty much crack just about anything, so. Oh no, bro! I have never, ever, ever broken one of these bits before. Now I have to explain it to work tomorrow. Alrighty. Look at that beautiful artwork. That's fucked.
The what?
Yes, bad boy. Alright, just gonna play ball. Fuck, that bearing is good. Put it back together, guys, it's fine. I can't get over that one's mid. I would have thought there would just be some wear on all of them at least. Oh. Another perfect bearing. What the impressed. I mean, obviously we know one is completely destroyed somewhere, but I kind of expected to see more wear based on the rest of the engine. Whoop, there's some oil in that. Yeah, fine. Cylinder number 2 has not been good to us in the S13, so we'll see if that is the common denominator here. Well, the bearing's still there, so that's I don't know, a thing. Normally that's a tight fit into there though. Like that should be a quite tight fit into the cap. Should not stay on the crank. Oh, bro. You might have been fucking on it. Some stuffed up shit. No wonder this is the one that's hard to come off. It's stuffed. I reckon it has been banging into the bottom of our rod cap and potentially bent it a bit more. That's why it's so tight to come off the studs. Because yeah, this should not be this difficult. And hey, there's no bearing in it, so. This rod is probably toast as well. Jeez. Yes. That's not bearing, that's our rod cap. Oh, glorious. Yeah. You don't need bearings, they're optional, guys. Oh yeah. Yeah. Glorious. That. Whew. One engine torn down, one to go. I love that. Sick. Alrighty, lucky I've scored another crank if I didn't say so already, because that thing would be toast. Hopefully we'll have good news from the machinist that's linishing it and crack testing it at the moment. Got the cylinder head off to the machine shop tomorrow, and he's gonna get that done by the weekend as well, so that's gonna get a full rebuild on the head. But we still have to pull motors apart, because my plan to steal the head studs, valve springs, and head gasket out of that thing can't happen in time if that's not apart, so yeah. Lots of work to do. Cars are sick, guys. Get into cars. It'll be mad. All right, awesome. We'll see you later. Would help if it was in there better. Woohoo! Alrighty guys, we are making some progress. Hope that I did some voiceovers there, or that there was some soothing music over a time lapse there, but we've been working hard to make sure the KE is ready for this Friday night at Keep It Reet, which has probably already been by the time this video went up, but hopefully you checked it out and hopefully we made it. Thanks to my mates Danny and Lincoln for helping me get the bottom end assembled the other night. I've been working on getting the head all together today. I have stolen the rocker arms, lifters, and pretty much a lot of things from the S13 motor. But basically now it's got dual rocker guides, which is why I use those rocker arms. It's got the upgraded valve springs from the S13. I ditched the rocker stoppers. I do not agree with them at all. I think valve springs are the way to go. And we've got our Tomei head gasket from the S13 as well. We've copper sprayed that just because it's secondhand now. They do have a normal coating on them, which you would generally not copper spray for. I remembered to put this in, which I did one time when building an SR, completely forgot. And yeah, I never want to deal with that again. Cleaned out our oil squirters so we know that everything's getting proper oiling. There's nothing with the timing chain. They've actually got coloured links to time everything up. And of course, normally we never get to really worry about that. But when you have the timing cover off and you're going all from scratch, you can do that. And look how easy it is to time. So now I'm gonna get a tensioner in there and set the tension for the chain. Probably didn't mention before, but we've got the Tarks adjustable tensioner. It's a mechanical one, so it's not hydraulic. I've run hydraulic ones in the past. I've never had an issue. However, I have seen a few failures in other people's car, and in particular Rob showed me one from another motor that he was working on. So I don't really want to run the risk anymore. I know our S13 motor was running hydraulic at 8,500 RPM and it survived. Let me tell you, I'm absolutely wrecked. After everything that we did to get ready for Tasmania, to go to Tasmania and have all those dramas and pretty much work on the car non-stop, to come back and work non-stop on the KE, it's adding up and I am feeling it. But I want to have some fun, and nothing's more fun than absolutely sending it at Friday night drifts. I'm going to be doing Ride with the Pro, or have done Ride with the Pro, depending when you see this, but I love taking out new guys to the scene and people that have never been in drift cars. It's always a riot, and that KE is just too much fun. And I'm always more motivated. I don't know about you guys, but I think whenever there's an event that you've entered, you just work harder. I did not want to have the KE sitting around for a long period of time. I feel like it would be pretty easy to let it get slipped on the back burner and it would just sit there for another year or two. I really want to get that back up in action because the best thing about that car is just dragging it out, servicing it and taking it to an event. It's been pretty stout otherwise. Obviously, like, I mean, we've had this motor in here and absolutely abusing it and it was clearly not healthy to begin with. In the spirit of trying to do everything so we do not have any reliability issues with this car, we have a new clutch for it. Like I said before, that clutch had been in the car for a million years. I don't know how it was still working. It was literally like someone had polished the buttons on that clutch plate. It was that smooth. So we have gone for basically the same clutch we had in it. Essentially, it's a heavy duty cover, like a sports stuff clutch from XZD with a cushion button disc. This is identical to what came out of the car, although there's a little less clamp load in the actual clutch plate, but that's not really going to be an issue. We are not pushing enough power to ever worry about that, and if anything, it's going to be even gentler on the driveline and the motor. Must give a massive shout out to Jay from XZD. The guys actually wanted to come and help us out on our S13. Absolute legends. Approached me at one of the Friday night drifts. And when we were doing all the sequential then, we didn't find out till too late that we really needed the twin plate for it. Unfortunately, we just did not know that when we bought the box, so our clutch plan had completely gone out the window and obviously went ahead and put that tilting in. It was the only thing we could get in time. But the guys down there were still kind enough to help us out on our Nugget, and I'm super appreciative of that. We're gonna get this bad boy on there today as well, so that tomorrow, hopefully, I can get the motor and box in the car again. And then if we're lucky, we'll get it down to Rob on Wednesday at RM Performance and Dyno to get it just a check over tune. But I know he's very busy at the moment and I don't like our chances, so we may be sending it. We have got the injectors all cleaned and flow tested to make sure there's no issues with that. And it is essentially the same motor going back in, same cam, same timing, same comp ratio, all of that jazz. So fingers crossed that we don't have any issues with the tune. We didn't before anyway, but I would like to get it checked over. We'll see what we can do. We're running out of time though. This is always the problem when you're on a time crunch and trying to get things sorted. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. Wish us luck. already a lightweight one, and our new cover disc, clutch alignment tool, and pilot bushing. We've also just got to put our new rear main in. And then it's home time, woohoo! Except we have to go load up the car to bring it here tomorrow, so it's going to be a late one. It's already like 10:30, so joys. Beautiful. Might actually be easier if you move like an air, but anyway. Yeah, fucking good. Yeah, fuck. Boom. It's getting to that time, people. We're about to put the motor and box in the car. So, obviously, time crunch. Sorry I haven't been filming everything, but gearbox is on with our new XZ clutch. I've cleaned out all the oil lines and the oil cooler that's down the back, because obviously that had the blown motor. And we want to make sure that none of that rubbish that went through the oiling system goes back in this motor. It's looking absolutely beautiful as always. Tried to put as much stuff as I can on, the starter motor and whatever wiring I can here. Hopefully, this all goes smoothly, because I'm tired and I'm keen to go home, but it ain't gonna happen. It's been midnight for the last few nights, and it's probably gonna be that again. That was 10,000 times harder than it should have been, but it's in, mostly. Gotta go up there, put the gearbox cross member and stuff back in. When I say this SR is quit in this freaking KE, yeah, I bloody mean it. I mean, we did, when we took it out, notice that like we're pretty much dragging against the engine mounts until it sprang free. And I guess that means she wasn't going in without a fight. So, next time, not that this is ever gonna have to come back out again, because you know, it's gonna do years of service, I think I'm gonna drop the motor and box clean out from under the car on the subframe. Would be easier, but I'm wrecked after that. But anyway, let's kick on and get stuff bolted to this thing, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this thing fires up tonight. Definitely were pushing things uphill trying to get here to Friday night dress, but we're gonna make it. All right. Anything stopping me turning the key again?
I think you're good, man.
All right. Hopefully no oil flies everywhere else and it goes up on my gauge. Let's see if you can see that. Oh, I've got oil pressure. Yeah. All right, I'm calling it. Given that it's rotating very, very slowly, we've got 20 PSI of oil pressure, so I'm gonna call that. We're gonna put the coils in it, and hopefully this thing fires up. All right. Alright, definitely calling this there. I'm not entirely sure where the video has ended up because I'm all over the place. The video's probably all over the place too. But we're gonna get this down to Rob at RM very shortly to get a check over on the tune once I get obviously the radiator and intercooler and everything else done in. And hopefully we'll be ready to send Friday. So she's plumbed up, ready to rock. We've got the intercooler pipes on and everything on for the first time. Everything's cable tied out of the way, hopefully. And yeah, let's give it a whirl. It does still make a weird noise, but I did confirm that our alternator pulley or bearing is toast. And I pulled the belt off and that noise went away. So yeah. I think we might have to replace an alternator before we go drifting. So it's running, we had our little test drive there. Hopefully it's all safe, but we don't want to risk it, so we are dropping this car, well Lincoln more specifically is dropping this car down to Rob at RM Performance tomorrow, the day before the event, just in time to get a check up on our tune. This thing's just running on this tune, it's on the 85. We're not pushing this thing too hard. I think last time on the dyno it made like 170 kilowatt or something like that at full boost. So yeah, I'm pumped. I'm absolutely wrecked, but we're getting there. We just chucked it up on the aligner and our eyeball alignment after our tie rod change at the track was actually spot on, so I wasted my time. Time to throw the bonnet on, a couple of little things, but we're gonna make it, which is bloody insane. I have absolutely killed myself getting this car ready. Dumbest idea ever. Who thought this would be a quick, easy process? But at least I have one more running vehicle. Because who needs two garage ornaments? Let's hit the track for some fucking... I don't know what I'm saying. Let's hit the track for some fun.
Fun, 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 fun!
Following up close behind, never going to break my stride. Look at that hand out there with that loud.
We definitely did not have the pace to keep up with Brandon, unfortunately. So I just tried to put on good angle and a line in the front, and I really wanted to get that wall tap nice and early. But hitting the grass definitely just gripped us the hell up. So yeah, that was not ideal. But we didn't crash, so that's always good.
But judges will deliberate and we will
It's the end of the night, guys, and as you can see from the state of this absolute weapon, we had the time of our lives, and this thing ripped all night, and all we did was throw tyres and fuel in it, and maybe occasionally pull the guard off the tire. It was a freaking party. I'm dead. This week absolutely killed me. But for it to go as flawless as it did, I am so stoked. Now I just have another car to build, so you know, stay tuned for that one. But yeah, hopefully enjoyed some of the absolute carnage tonight. Unfortunately, I'm an idiot and didn't charge all my GoPro batteries properly, and we couldn't find somewhere to charge them here. So I don't have the last half of the night on GoPro, but hopefully there's a few phone clips in there for you to see just how chaotic this night actually was. Anyway, till next time.